Hi guys, Zach here from Wot Addict Global. Welcome back. So this is part 2 of the Ultimate Fishing Guide. Maybe the first one was a little bit confusing, so let me explain it step by step. Bear with me. Now,
I speak for the sea.
in case you
You are
didn't know,
still young to the
yeah,
waters.
yeah, okay, whatever, shut up. In case you didn't know, you're only allowed to have up to 20 fish on you for some reason. Even though, let me show you. Let's see. Look at all that space. I mean, there's enough room here for another, like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least another, yeah. Oh, more than 10 fish. Okay, so for some reason the game allows you to have 20. Great. So
I
let's
speak
trade
for the
that.
sea.
Watch
Listen
my
more
Paragon level,
closely to the waves.
298. Paragon level, 298.
I speak for the sea on your
First
behalf.
of all, let's stock up on thingies, on
Take your
baities.
reward and
This guy talks too much. And let's go 305, just like that. 7 levels, just like that. Would you look at that? Let's check. Yup, 7 levels. Let's finish this. Okay, and then let's move on to Gladiator. Let's level it up slowly, slowly. Great. So, whoops, I missed something here. Now, method is very easy. I still have space. Great. Method's very easy. Cast your line. I don't think the location or how far or where you cast it matters. What truly matters is certain fish, starting from the blue ones, the magic ones, or uncommon as some people call them, appear in certain locations. Like, for example, I'm looking now on my list. You guys cannot see it, it's not on the screen. For legendary fish, for example, you only get Krogil in Ashwold Cemetery from 8 to 12 in the morning. And you can only get Tarpon in Bilefen, where I am now, from 8 to 12 in the morning. The rest of the legendary fish, you can get them at any time between Ashwold, Bilefen, and Frozen Tundra. For mythic fish, look what I did. I just click it once and let it go. And let's get back to this. I'm looking at, you cannot see this guy on the screen now. I'm looking at it. For mythic fish, you can only get Boarbrand in Biofell between 8 to 12 at night. Right now, it is 9:56. So I could get, what was the name again? Boarbrand. And I got one actually. There was one in my inventory, which I traded in. Coral Sage, Frozen Tundra from 8 to 12 in the morning. Moonspine, Ashwold Cemetery from 8 to 12 at night. Ribrite, Bilefen, 8 to 12 in the morning, and the rest you can just get at any time. So, magic, legendary, and mythic fish, most you can get anytime you want during the day, but some, in order to include your collection, you have to go to specific locations at specific time. I clicked once, I accidentally clicked twice. This is my method. I simply let it go. And by this, I gained some valuable seconds. You'll understand later on as soon as the timer enters the yellow area, which is, let me show you guys. This is the white area, the common fish. This is the blue area, blue or uncommon or magic, whatever you want to call it. And this is the yellow area where you get rare, legendary, mythic. Basically what I do, I simply place my mouse over here. I wait for the thingy to tell me get ready, set, go. That's how I translate it. Once it flares up, there, to yellow, tap, that's it. Let it go. Don't touch it again. That's it. Now, we have barely entered the yellow scale, the yellow area, and we are ready to start the rolls on either rare, legendary, or mythic fish. If you do this properly, you get minimum of 4 rolls in the yellow area. If you do it the wrong way, you'll get 3. If you're very, very, very unlucky, you'll get 2. Sometimes the fish bites very quickly and you can get up to 5. 5 in the yellow area. Very important thing to remember is that you can fish in any difficulty of the game. So I recommend you go to normal so that you wouldn't get harassed by players who sometimes they bring a train of monsters to you. They do that on purpose. By the way, that's a bannable offense, in case you didn't know. So if anyone does that to you, report them and Blizzard will deal with it. Great. Speaking of Blizzard, what were they thinking when they made this mod? This is a mediocre moving scale, whatever you want to call it. The brackets were not moving very fast, easy to manipulate. That was a rare fish, and not a very good rare fish. Not very valuable, at least. I got unlucky. That was my first roll in the yellow area. We'll see how the other 2 rolls go. So I'm getting 3. I did a mistake. But that's okay. That's okay. So, here we go. Let's see, how's this gonna be? No, this one's worse than the previous one. Slow moving and very big brackets. The catching thingy, whatever you call it, is very, very big. That's not good. That was not good. This is going to be my final roll. I don't think I'm going to get another one after this. So let's see how this one's going to go. Now, the rolls are big brackets, slow moving, that's a rare. A bit smaller, faster moving, that's a legendary. Very small, very fast moving, that's a mythic. That's how you can tell. I'm going to do this a couple of times. Bear with me. I'm going to tell you some stories about Diablo II because I'm a very... see? I got unlucky. Okay, so let's start again. No problem. No worries. But let me cancel that. Let me show you something. Speaking of Diablo 2, because I'm a veteran player from Diablo 2, I used to play... We used to have... There were many different modes that you can play. Not mods. You could play the classic game in where you just resurrect all the time and you don't have a problem. That's called softcore mode. We used to call that softcore mode. And you used to play the other mode where you only had 1 life, and that was hardcore mode. There was the classic Diablo 2, the original, and there was the Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, including the rune words, what else? Special items like Shaco, Buriza, that Hydra bow, I can't remember its name, some legendary hammers and weird stuff. Anyway, and of course the rune words were amazing. Ja Ithber on a white armor. You know that rune word for those who are veteran players. Now, let's not digress too much. Why do I have here F1, F2, F3, F4? F5 is my potions, okay? F6 is the ultimate, F7 does not exist, and F8 for my casting line. The reason why I have that like that, I have them like that, excuse me, is due to the fact that as a veteran player, everybody knows that we used to have up to 12 skills from F1 to F12 to assign to whatever we wanted. And back in the day, Diablo 1 and 2 and the expansion did not have a cooldown for the potions. Over here, not only do you have a limited number of potions, which you magically get by killing monsters, okay, and you know, it regenerates, and you didn't have a cooldown. You could carry as many as you wanted. And we had the mana potions, which filled up our mana on the which the mana was the blue thingy on the, I believe, was it on the left or was it on the right? I think it was on the right. The mana was down here on the bottom right, and the health was on the bottom left. We had mana potions, health potions, and we had rejuvenation potions, which upped up both at the same time. And we had different grades of. We had mana, the small, normal, greater, and super, and the same went for the health potions. And then we had the rejuvenation potions, only two, the small and the big ones. The rejuvenation potion gave you back 33%, one third, and the full rejuvenation potion gave you back all the mana and all the life at once. You could escape, save, and exit the game very quickly, especially if you play hardcore. That was very useful, considering the fact that some people were total gentlemen, and they would set up these traps right in the middle of monsters in order to kill you. Those were passive player killers. Speaking of player killers, I was the #1 player killer. I'm not very proud of it, but it's hilarious. I was the #1 player killer in Diablo 2 Hardcore. At some point, I'll never forget, it was Friday night. I kept entering games with my druid that has this special bear that kills you from a safe place, and I used to set up a trap right outside the city, right on the borders of the city. Enter the city, put my bear right on my town portal, and I used to say, my TP for the quest, my town portal for the quest, and the trick was I wouldn't party up with anyone. They're like, party up, you moron! We can't enter. This is a slow mover. Forget about this one. Yeah, very slow, very big and very slow. So they'd be like, man, accept the party invite. I'm like, oh, sorry. So the reason why I did that is that people wouldn't notice I'm there. So as soon as because they were trying to enter the town portal, they're pissed off, and they accept the party invite, enter the town portal. I would hostile them. The bear would give them a slap. 40,000 damage. Bye-bye. One hit. So at some point, it was Friday night, and I kept killing. At some point, I tried to, because in Diablo 2, you either enter a game or you create a game, and it could be by yourself or with a password, with your friends, etc., private or public or whatever. And at some point, I click join game. There were no games. I had slaughtered everyone, and everyone else had gone. Oh, ay. No. This one's bad. Was this my second roll? I believe this was my second roll. In the yellow. I love the warning that it gives you. It gives you a warning here and here. Let me see. OBS is working fine. Great. Oh man, player killers are the best. And a very funny way to kill players was to, if you shot arrows, you had a town portal very ready to you, and the party screen ready on the left. You used to press P, have the party screen, and this was very difficult to do, very difficult, but I actually managed to do it. This was called the TPPK, Town Portal Player Killer. So what you did is that you shot arrows towards your teammates, and you quickly entered the town portal and click hostile as soon as you were in town. This one is either a legendary. I think this is a legendary. Yeah, this is a legendary. Okay, let's not lose this. This one's not so easy. Yep, legendary. Didn't I tell you? Legendary. You can tell because the thingy wasn't so big, but it was moving fast. That's a legendary. There we go. Sheetfish. I call it shitfish. So as I was saying, let's give it another try. And in the meantime, I'll be clear. But keep the mouse there to be ready. All I have to do is this. Click! Click! Just once. Now it moved from there. Okay, let's fix that. Why am I fidgeting? Anyway, so you opened the town portal. You prepared the party screen. Shot arrows towards your teammates, allegedly that you're helping them kill the monsters, etc. Enter the town portal hostile very quickly. Your arrows were still traveling towards them, and they could actually hit them, damage them, and if you were lucky enough, they would kill them. Now, the funny part about the Diablo games is that when you killed someone, you cut off their ear, and it had their name and their level. It was a trophy, Now, it was pretty mean killing players in hardcore mode because they only had one life. In hardcore mode, once you die, unless you have allowed loot, it's a special icon in the party screen where you click on a lock and it unlocks. You allow a specific person who's in the game at that time, notice, because once you die, you cannot open any options. So you had to pre-open that option from before, so that in case you died, the person that you allowed to loot your corpse could be able to pick up anything which is from here. But anything which is here, which you are carrying, anything else, and anything on your mercenary, you lost. Ah man, those were the days. We used to go for magic find. What the hell is this guy doing? How the hell was he walking like that? Probably some lag or whatever. So, another funny trick that we did was when I entered with my low-level player killer. The guy's called the Annoying Guy. Yeah, I'll never forget it. The annoying level 9. Level 9. The bare minimum that the game allowed you to hostile other players as long as they were also level 9. So from levels 1 to 8, you were safe from player killing. So, the Annoying Guy was the level 9 paladin with unbelievable accuracy, unbelievable damage. The guy was just, I hit you once, that's it. He did like 1,500 damage. Let's see, no, that's a slow mover. First roll within the yellow. But something else that I did, which is truly hilarious, is that I used to run multiple clients at the same time, because I used to magic find in a very, very safe way. Anyway, I used to have a barbarian I used to have a barbarian, a paladin, and the sorceress. The sorceress would enchant me and my mercenary. The barbarian would give me battle orders, and then I would go around with my high level paladin, and I would go and kill the monsters very quickly with my mace. Teleport hammers. What's the name of those grinding hammers? If anyone knows, please let me know in the comment below. So, but I used to use the same enchantress to enter a game, on purpose leave a few items on the floor in the first and Act 1 in the rogue encampment, and say, free items in Act 1. And all the players would run around. No one would pay attention to what I'm actually doing. They would go and they would pick up the items. This is a fast mover. I'm going to tell you the story. Let me just get this. This is a legendary. I think this is a legendary. Or a very good rare. Very good rare. Very good rare. Okay. So, the players would, because they're trying to level up their characters, trying to find items, because anyone can leave items. Or I used to enter a game, they're like, oh, what a nice guy, he left us free items. So, while they were busy running to Act 1, to Rogue Encampment to pick up the items, I would party up very quickly with my Annoying Guy and the Sorcerer, and I would give him the Enchant skill, which did like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8,000 damage. And then, once the players were finished, I would leave the game and say, sorry, I'm busy, this and that, pretending that I'm another person. And then I would leave, and I would hostile with the other player. And then these players would be, I would always aim for players who were around 25 plus level, so that they wouldn't get scared. And they'd be like, what? What the hell? Lol, level 9, what are you doing? And I used to say something silly like, oh, you took that item from me, I'm gonna kill you. I wanted that item. They were like, F off, noob. What the hell, man? Okay, you want to die? Come on, let's go out of town. Because in town, you were safe. Not 100% safe. There was a trick behind that, which you could actually kill players in town with a specific trick. Anyway, so I would act as if I'm the noob who got pissed off, because people, they gain more, how can I say this? They get more courageous once they see that, what the hell was that? Once they see that you seem to be like a noob. So they used to come out of town, get hit once, that's it. I remember once killing this entire group. 3 players. I have a screenshot somewhere on one of the forums, where I killed 3 players. They were all going for Tal Rasha. And they had just entered this room where this huge worm guy in Act 2, the desert. What's his name? The guy that always says, are you looking for Tal Rasha? And once you kill him, you go and you free Tyrael. That's the first time that you encountered Tyrael in Diablo 2. The difference between Diablo 2 and Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction is that it had an extra act, and it had the rune words, and the extra items which were like weird. Shaco, Buriza, etc., etc. So, that was a really funny trick. And that was a really, really annoying character. Okay, let's see. Nice. Ah, slow mover. Yeah, I'm glad I left that go. So, those were the tricks in hardcore. There was a trick in softcore in which you could steal the items from the other players. It was hilarious. Until Blizzard found a work around it in order to patch it, it took them like years, and it was hilarious. What you did, now we're talking about softcore, where you do not die. There was softcore, hardcore, normal, Lord of Destruction, and there was ladder, non-ladder. So you can, as you can probably understand, the combinations were like, wow. And the ladder season lasted like 6 months, I believe. Anyway, twice a year. Wait, this is a fast mover, and it's not so big. This is either a legendary or a very good rare. I'll take this. And then I'll explain the trick that we did in order to steal other people's items. Aha! This is a Kelpie, which happens to be a mythic. Nice. Oh, no, excuse me. A legendary, not a mythic. Because I said this is going to be either be... Okay, whatever. So, the trick in order to steal other people's items. This was truly hilarious. And by the way, as a token of my appreciation, if you guys have made it so far, because it's already been 21 and a half minutes, and if you play World of Tanks, because this is a World of Tanks channel, to be honest, but I love this game, so I said I'll feature this. Anyway, if you've made it this far and you're still watching, let me know your in-game name, and I will send you some gold as a token of appreciation. I have accounts on EU, which is my main account, where I have like 628 tanks. NA, which I have a couple of tanks, around 30, 40, I can't remember, and Southeast Asia, SEA. If you play on any of these 3 servers, let me know your in-game name below, and I'll send you some gold. So, the trick. A very strong PvP character, but with no item, apart from the things that he's wearing, no items, fully ready to pick up loot. Like, for example, he or she was only wearing this stuff, but over there, this was all empty. Okay. Full damage, amazing PvP skills, etc., 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 because customization in Diablo 2 was amazing. Amazing. So, I used to go to PvE games, not PvP, PvE, and I used to party up with people. They always accept your party request because it's softcore, they don't care if they die. And as soon as I saw where they were, I would hostile them. Most of them wouldn't even bother doing anything, and go and kill them. Now, before I did that, I used to go on the waypoint in town, notice, pay close attention, and drop a few boots, gloves, and other items, which were not very hard to find anyway. And usually common items, or blue items, or whatever, any items. Okay, so, but mostly gloves and boots. I used to drop a few on the waypoint. Now, the person who died, or the person who would die, excuse me, let me correct the grammar, he would want to go back, pick up his or her body, and continue the game, and probably even try to fight me. So, I would stay somewhere relatively close to that person, wouldn't kill that person once he came out from the waypoint. I would wait until that person would come and try and pick up the body. Slow mover? Yeah, slow mover. And because that person previously had picked up gloves or boots by clicking on the waypoint accidentally, they would go and the game would tell them the message, I can't carry anymore. They have picked up everything except for the extra gloves which were on the original body. So, once that person tries to pick up the body and they cannot, I attack them, I kill them, and since there was no room in their stash, in their inventory, their bodies would, in inverted commas, explode. This we call it the body explosion trick, and everything would fall on the floor. Just go pick it up. Shakos, rune words, you name it. Oh man, that trick was mean. was ay, 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 ay. I could tell you. I could sit here all night and tell you stories about Diablo 2. The mean trading trick. Oh my god! Not a trade hack. Not a trade hack. Notice, not a trade hack. I haven't spoken about any hacks or any cheats so far, but there was this very mean, uh, very sly trade trick that we used to do. We used to enter these trade games, and we used to have a guy. I'm gonna let this go. You used to have a guy who has a couple of good items and an ethereal. I'm just giving you an example. An ethereal four-socketed heavy armor, ethereal four-socketed armor, and I would go and show these items to someone, etc., etc. Um, he'd be like, "No, I'm not interested." Oh, okay, I'll find someone else. Then, at the same time, I would have another person from another client in the same game, and I would show these legendary, amazing rune words, items that you would not believe. And I would say, I have to take this. No, there's no other role after this. I would say I give all these, in exchange for an ethereal four-socketed armor. And at some point, the person sees that, and then he sees, wait, this guy is giving all that for that ethereal? I saw it. Wait, I remember that other guy was giving it. So let's go and trade with the other guy, because I'm going to get better items anyway. Oh, ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. I guess you guys understood. You guys understood the trick. So I would give a crap item, and I would get some. And they would. I remember this guy. I'll never forget this guy. He gave an old Shaco version 1.8. He gave an old Shaco, old Storm Shield. He gave what's the name of the armor that you teleport all around? Call to Arms. He gave this um, Stone of Jordan and other stuff, and he was very happy. I'm going to get better items, and as soon as he traded, both characters leave, and for you just wait for the green message on your screen, which was a whisper from the guy. Hey, where'd you go? Aren't you gonna trade? Oh my god! Oh my god! The things that we did, man. The things that we did. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. We used to try and enter these bot games where there was a bot running around, and we used to try to kill the bot. Usually, the bot wouldn't fight back. Oh, those were hilarious. Those were hilarious. Not in hardcore. Not in hardcore. Very few people did that in hardcore. They would have their bots running around, but they would do it privately because there were player killers all over the. And if you knew the bot sequence of how it went, like for example, first it went to Mephisto, and then it went to um, what's the name of that first demon in Act One? What's her name? I can't remember her name. Anyway, the final boss of Act One, this huge demon with these. She looked like an arachnid woman. Can't remember her name. So if you knew the bot sequence, you would hostile the bot inside town. The bot wouldn't leave. It wasn't programmed to leave unless it was outside of town because it was unsafe. And you would wait on the waypoint and cast whatever player killer skill you had ready. As soon as the bot entered the waypoint, before the bot had the time to save and exit from the game, it would die, because usually you did like tons of damage, tons of damage. I literally mean tons of damage. Unbelievable skill, unbelievable tricks. Ah well, this is gonna be the final try. I'm not gonna keep you guys any longer. It's already been, let's check. Wow, it's been half an hour. Half an hour. No, this one's not good. This was a very good rare. Possibly a legendary, but it's good that I got my first roll before 3rd minute. Very good. Not the best. I've seen better, but okay. Hilarious, man. Hilarious. And this game kind of reminds me of Diablo 2. Kind of. It's very close. It has lots of flavors of the original. Not all of them. In the meantime, let me lower the volume because it's already at 20%. Oh my god. Wow. So what does 100% sound like? Wow. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the stories. I hope you understood the trick. No, not good. Not good. 3.5 minutes. Very good. I might get 2 more rolls. This was my 3rd, I think. No, this is my 3rd. Is it? Whatever. So, and by the way, if anyone plays World of Tanks, let me know and I'll send you a very nice invite code and you guys can get some nice freebies. I'm going to include that in my next World of Tanks video, which I might even release today or tomorrow morning. We shall see. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. Come on, fish. Come on, you want to bite. You know you love that worm. There you go. I'm going to take this. No matter what it is, I'm going to take it. I don't think there's enough time for another roll. I don't think so. It's going to be a rare. What the hell? What was that? It said, oh, I washed up a treasure chest from the ocean or something like that, from the, whatever, from a stream. Okay, good. We have 5 fish, 2 legendaries, 3 rare. You can get mythic, I guarantee that. I've done it a couple of gazillion times on normal. The difficulty doesn't matter. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna trade this.
For the sea on your
as we said, 5 fish. I'm 305 level, Paragon. Shut up.
Listen, Mark.
There you go. 1 level. Not bad. Great. So, guys, thank you for watching. Let me show you the list. It's going to be included in the description below. As you can see, common fish, you can get it anytime you want. Magic fish, most of them you can get them anytime you want, apart from 3, apart from bluefish in Ashwold Cemetery. Root under, Bilefen, where I am right now, from 8 to 12, and at the same time, I am now. And walleye from Frozen Tundra, 8 to 12 in the morning. The blue is night, the red is morning time. Rare fish, you're going to need to go to Ashwold Cemetery from 8 to 12 to get Beggar's Ick. Frozen Tundra, at the same time, to Mudgulp. 8 to 12 in the morning, Bilefen Silver Snip. Frozen Tundra to get the trout. If you want the legendary fish, there's only 2 exceptions, which are both in the morning. Ashwold Cemetery, you get Krogil, and Bilefen, you get Tarpon. And as for the mythic, check this out. Bilefen has 4 types of fish. 2 are available. One, the boar brunt, which was the last one I got, is available from 8 to 12 at night. And the other one, the ribbright, is available from 8 to 12 in the morning. Now the other 2, Frozen Tundra, Coral Sage, 8 to 12 in the morning, and last but not least, Ashwold Cemetery if you want to get a Moonspine. The rest, pick up anytime you want. My recommendation, start with the difficult fish and finish up all the times. And once you do that, go and slowly pick up all the ones that you want because they're at your leisure time whenever you want. Okay? So, I hope you guys know I do not want to do that. I want to return to the game. Sorry, some of my key bindings are similar. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I hope you enjoyed the stories. Let me know in the comments below if you understood it. Let me know if you had a good laugh with the things that I said. They're 100% true. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching all this time, and thank you for your patience. This is Wot Addict Global, aka Zach. I'm out, and you guys are simply not just awesome, you're amazing. Catch you on the next one.